Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
Before we get started, Meg, you know what's coming.
What's coming?
Bombas.
Bombas socks.
Yeah, you can probably see from the B-roll that we put in here of the shoe that I'm wearing Bombas socks with this shoe. I like them, and you can like them too. Use BITR20 to get 20% off your first purchase. What's great about that, Meg?
Well, when you make a purchase, they also donate a pair. So you get some for yourself, they give some to people in need. It's a win-win.
Win-win. Without further ado, get into a shoe that I'm confused about because I really like it and I didn't like the predecessor so much that we didn't even really review it, but the upper's changed, and usually an upper change doesn't do much for me. I can only remember one other shoe that the upper made a huge difference, and that was the Saucony Pro. When they came out with the Pro Plus, with the new upper, and it was lighter and airier, it just felt better to me, better shoe. And now we've got, what is this?
I was gonna say, you haven't even mentioned the name of the shoe. This is the Adidas Adizero Prime X Strung.
Let's try that one again. So what is this, Meg?
This is the Adidas Adizero Prime X Strung. The reason this shoe is kind of such a big deal is because of this upper bird's nest, if you will.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
No, it's a bunch of tiny, what looks like threads.
It's almost like spider webs or something.
Yeah, so it's like this textile innovation that they've created where it's basically they were able to create support and structure through individual weaves of this thread all in the right places.
Yeah, it's like a sweater for your foot, but not like a knit sweater like you see in some of the old Nike shoes there with the knit. This is a very like firm,
cocoon.
Yeah, a cocoon. It almost has that bird's nest feeling to it.
Yeah.
It's not stretchy, it is supportive. The strings are more dense in certain areas and looser in other areas. They have some reinforcement in some places. All that to kind of create that fit for the athlete that works really well.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, when I felt it, and even feeling it right now, it feels bad. Like you're not gonna like this on your foot, but it works.
I really do like it. It breathes well. It does hold your foot where it should hold your foot. The structure is there. It's a nice innovation, and I'm guessing that this is one of those things that they can manufacture in a way that is better for the environment just by the way they manufacture, just like embroidery, so that you're, instead of doing a whole textile and having waste, you probably just weave this together, cut it out, and slap it on the shoe.
It did fit true to size. It accommodated my wide foot. It might be a touch long, but I kind of prefer that. And then I really liked the volume. So like there was plenty of room for your foot throughout this whole area of the upper.
Normally when someone says the upper and the toe box has volume, that means I'm gonna get a sloppy ride. While this one does have volume, I didn't feel like it was sloppy.
Yeah.
Meg, what kind of stack are we talking here?
So you've got 49.5 in the heel, 41 in the forefoot, so 8.5 millimeter drop, but I mean tons of cushioning underfoot. Yeah. As soon as you step into the shoe and you start running, you feel the cushion and the light. You've got 3 layers of Light Strike Pro. You have energy rods through the center, and where in previous versions of the shoe or even the Pro with the energy rods, you can usually feel the rods under your foot. With all of this Light Strike Pro foam, you can't feel them at all.
The thing is, when we talk about cushion, sometimes we talk about comfort, and you talk about sinking into the shoe and kind of feeling plush. This shoe is more of a bounce. This shoe is total energy return. So when you land on this shoe, whether you're a heel striker, forefoot striker, there's just an energy return that you can't believe. Like you're bounding through your steps in this shoe. It's probably one of the most enjoyable sensations when it's working right that you're gonna get.
Kind of like I've said with the Alpha Fly before, I feel like this shoe is great for running fast, but also if you're just running easy, it still feels good. Like the cushioning underfoot, it's comfortable, it's bouncy, it's just a fun ride.
I definitely think you can race in this shoe. It's definitely good for recovery days. I mean, this much foam, it's not dying out anytime soon, and you got that Continental rubber on the bottom, so you got great grip and great responsiveness off the toe. You're just gonna feel it as you bounce through. Now the odd thing about this is it does have a pretty severe toe spring, and with that bounce, that kind of gives you that same feeling as you might get from something like an Alpha Fly. Like this is probably the closest sensation to an Alpha Fly that I felt.
Now this is not technically legal, racing legal, because it does cross that 40 millimeter barrier.
For the immortals, for us mortals that are racing, that aren't gonna get tested, aren't gonna have all that stuff, this could be an amazing race day shoe for someone.
Or just a trainer for those fast long runs where you want some extra cushioning and to pick up the pace. I think this would be a perfect shoe choice.
Yeah,
now,
great
Thomas,
for training because of the recovery.
Yeah, and how much did yours weigh?
I thought it was gonna be really heavy, you know, insane. Like all the other trainers that are illegal so far are pretty heavy. This one I was expecting to be around 11 ounces or so because it's just so much shoe. This one came out at 9.8 ounces or 278 grams. Do you recall what yours weighed?
I think it's around 7 ounces. We'll put it in the description here or in the video. Brandon will.
Right. Really, for this much cushioning, under 10 ounces, this is a viable race day shoe for a lot of people.
What's not as viable though is the price point. So you can pick up a pair of these from Adidas.com for $300.
That's a lot of coin.
Yep.
But I actually think you're gonna get a lot out of this shoe, and the enjoyment of running in this shoe is at least worth an additional $50. That puts it in the range of, say, Alpha Fly and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a little more, but this is probably the closest feeling to the Alpha Fly 1 and somewhere in between the Alpha Fly 1 and the Alpha Fly 2. So if you like that bounce, you like that cushion, you like that feeling after you finish your runs where your legs are pretty fresh, this shoe is gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't think that I would pick this for race day. For me, this is definitely going to fall into that long run, quicker paces, just because it is, you know, still a couple ounces heavier than, let's say, an Alpha Fly.
But say that you had to run the Boston Marathon in a pair of Adidas. Would this be the shoe, or would you go with the Pro 3?
I would probably like to wear this.
Pick it up if you want to.
In case
or drop it.
You didn't know, we're giving this a green light.
Yeah. Throw on the green light for this guy. Thumbs up. Quite enjoyable. Like I said, I skipped even reviewing this one just because I couldn't get the miles in it because it just felt so unstable. I don't know if it was, maybe I got a bad pair as far as the way the foam was set up, but what I did was after I got miles in the Strung and I was like, wow, I can really run in this one, I went back and tried this one out for a run, and what I found was my foot was going over the edge and it was kind of leaning, and I was constantly struggling with my ankle to get it like centered. It just seems to work better with the Strung upper for me. All right, Meg, so that takes care of that. What do you want people to do?
Go ahead and like this video. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Strava, Instagram, Facebook, all the places.
All the places. And we have 2 podcasts, one about nutrition for athletes, which makes a big difference than just regular nutrition, because it's ways to help you fuel your long runs, and that's Fuel for the Soul with Megan Featherston and us. And then we've got our regular podcast, The Drop, that we do every week, where we talk nonsense with Robbie, who is not here because Megan's here. And then we usually interview somebody who's important to the industry. So check both of those out. Also, our Strava group is pretty fun to be around. So definitely
get some kudos.
Yeah, get your kudos on. So until then, we'll talk to you later. Look, we'll do some interpretive dancing for you, like that Space Cadet. This is how my run felt today. She was struggling.
That doesn't look like struggling. That looks like I'm a robot.
She's doing, I'm struggling, it's so hot. And then I left my water bottle in the cornfield. Come home, so sweet. You know.
Are you making this up?
No, have you not?
She does interpretive dance?
All right, go check out I Am Space Cadet on Instagram. I think that's the handle. Or you can check it out. She does a lot of sort of comical, like, run recaps. Like, she'll do her run and she'll tell you about it, and she complains and stuff like that. It's pretty funny stuff. She's entertaining. I enjoy him. So yeah, check it out.